Good morning. Please be seated. Pastor and Cotter, is that correct?
Cotter, Your Honour.
Cotter? Correct. The proceedings be recorded. For the record, would you announce appearances, please? With Mr. Astor.
I am, Your Honour. I'm Astor, initials J. I'm acting as the prosecutor. I invoke the right of the qui tam and act for the Crown in this case.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honour.
You are Hanson, initials N, the Australian Government Solicitor. There are two complaints before Your Honour.
Yeah.
Astrid Cotter and Astrid DMAC. The court file has two matters, I think, joined together. There's a small bundle of papers, very small group of papers from Mr. Cotter. There's a thickish complaint which is against Elizabeth Ann DMAC, who's a federal magistrate.
Yes, I've seen in relation to the matter of DMAC, I see there's a note here from court staff to say the SPOL has not been registered as there's a fee not paid. Are you aware of that?
No, that's incorrect, Your Honour. I have paid that fee and I've got this receipt here possibly today, Your Honour.
All right, so have you paid that recently?
No, Your Honour, it was a mistake by them.
All right. You probably don't know anything about that, Mr. Hanson. All right.
What?
So I just need to get, I can't remember this gentleman's name because
Mr. Astor.
Pardon?
Mr. Astor.
Mr. Astor.
Yes, Your Honour.
Mr. Astor, these matters today listed for mention, what are they listed for today?
Your Honour, it's a little bit confusing because at the moment the Australian Government Solicitor, I'm alleging now, is in contempt of this court in that there was a subpoena, there was two subpoenas issued by this court. It was for recordings. Now the Australian Government Solicitor is suggesting that he has now taken responsibility to act in front for Auscripts, which is a private company which does the recordings for the Federal Magistrates Court. He has stopped those recordings from being submitted to this court. This will prove that transcripts were altered.
Otherwise this is going to be... So what's really your complaint? So I've looked at the files and not really what is your...
Your Honour, everything happened to me in the Federal Magistrates Court, which was a crime. First of all, I had a federal magistrate calling me a cunt in the courtroom, Your Honour. Next, I had a federal magistrate... Just, will you let me finish? Then I had a federal magistrate removing my barrister out of the courtroom when he tried to prove that a lawyer working for Queensland Legal Aid was assisting making cooking affidavits, and basically they knew why he was in the court. The magistrate refused to kick to $9,999, which was not paid, Your Honour. That lawyer tried to appeal, and the children's lawyer told him, threatened him that he would go to jail.
So I get that.
Yes, Your Honour.
What is it that you're wanting? What is it that you really want?
Your Honour, right now I'm after the recordings to prove that they have been altered in the Federal Magistrates Court and that it was to conceal what was happening. My daughter was removed and I was told that if I didn't give the recordings and the originals of Dr. Chalk, that I will never see my daughter again. That magistrate did not raise court orders for a period of 12 months to ensure that I could not appeal my case, and the Chief Federal Magistrate ignored the fact that the magistrate did not raise court orders when it is his foremost job to ensure that everyone receives court orders on a timely basis.
I'll stop you there. But what is it that you really want?
Your Honour, I want to make sure that magistrates don't commit crimes. I want to make sure that magistrates don't try and cover up what they do by altering transcripts. I want my daughter back, And the thing is I want her to remove herself.
So you had proceedings in the Federal Magistrates Court
For a family law matter.
for a family law matter.
Yes, Your Honour.
And what did you seek in that court?
Equal shared parenting.
Equal shared parenting.
Yes, Your Honour.
So
I had,
daughter?
yes, Your Honour.
Okay. And what's your daughter's name?
Fiona, Heather, Asta.
So Fiona is your daughter's name?
Yes, Your Honour.
And how old is Fiona?
Fiona's 6.
6 years. All right. So there were shared parenting arrangements in that court?
I did have parenting arrangements. This is actually there's a YouTube video of an interview between myself and Senior Sergeant Detective David Farley of the Ferny Grove Police.
That's great, because so it will help me
Yes, Your Honour.
if we can stay on the same page.
Sure.
So you have a daughter who's aged 6, whose name is Fiona.
Yes.
There were proceedings in the family court.
Yes, Your Honour.
Is that proceedings by you or by the mother?
It was by me, Your Honour,
By you.
because I hadn't seen my daughter in 9 months.
All right. So you hadn't seen your daughter for 9 months. You
Yes,
had
right.
proceedings in the family court. And what was the result of those proceedings?
Well, initially, Your Honour, it was that I was to see my daughter, and because there was allegations brought before the police, and those allegations I can prove were 100% false and it could 100% never be possible to have happened. I was initially seeing my daughter at a contact centre. The thing is it got worse. I had to travel 544 kilometres to see my daughter, who only lived 8 kilometres away from myself. It got worse. Then we went from travelling the 544 kilometres to travelling shorter distances, however, during peak hour periods. And the contacts were in front of horses, as in live animals, Your Honour, and that there was no people around. I was court ordered not to able to use a tape recorder when to protect myself because there was false allegations being stated. I didn't want any more false allegations, and I did want to be reasonable for my daughter, so that way we meet at McDonald's, which was 4 kilometres each, to do the changeover. And I couldn't understand why this was happening. My ex works for the Department of Justice, Your Honour, and the thing is
What's happened now in relation to your child?
Your Honour, I can't see my daughter until I see a psychiatrist. I refuse to see a psychiatrist. I am seeing a psychologist, and it's for none of the diseases that Dr. Chalk had prescribed and said that I was a narcissist, Your Honour. And the thing is what they've done is they've got court record, which is altered. That will go to a psychiatrist, and he's going to view that court record. And if I start alleging to him that's been altered, he is going to think I'm a Fruit Loop. I have got tended today. Your Honour, this is yes, but this is based on that the children's lawyer has to present a copy of what was stated to Dr. Chalk in the courtroom. This is ignoring the fact that it's been altered, and the thing is I have a JP here to witness today, and that JP has heard Dr. Chalk uttering threats to me. He was called. This was after my lawyer got kicked out of the courtroom. He's registered with the High Court, Your Honour, as a barrister.
Just wait a moment.
Yep.
So your real concern is getting to see your daughter, is that right?
Yes, Your Honour.
And at this time you're not able to see your daughter?
Yes, Your Honour, that's right. But the thing is I could possibly see my daughter if I surrendered, if I accepted the threats of Magistrate DMAC, which was to surrender the originals and all copies of the recordings that I had made on the children's lawyer and Dr. Chalk, and that if I didn't provide those recordings, that she'll make sure that I never see my daughter again.
Right.
I want this court to provide, and he is in contempt because he was assisting with Auscripts to make sure that that recordings weren't issued today. The summonses you have, Your Honour, and that was just to confirm that to receive those recordings. I'm happy, Your Honour, that they don't even have to go to me. They have to go to Senior Sergeant Detective David Farley of Ferny Grove Police Station. Ausscripts have denied and refused to give them to police. I have requested that they just present it to police. They do not want the recordings to be presented to this court or to myself so that I can leave to copy them.
Well, just stop you there for a moment, because I'm unclear whether I have power to do any of those things that you're asking. So, so maybe I don't have power in relation to those matters. So, but at the end of the day, what your concern is that you want to have contact with your daughter. Is that what you want?
I want equal time shared parenting. I have done no crime, and I will prove to a competent court in front of a jury, and I would like it that the whole of Australia gets to hear what happens in a family law situation where a father gets accused of different allegations.
But so that's what I'm wanting to know is what your concern is having contact with your daughter. That's really the heart of this, is that right?
Yes, Your Honour, but making sure that no crimes are committed by the family law courts where no one can record, where transcripts can be altered. There is a magistrate presiding there who believes that she can just alter transcripts, that she can destroy a person, demoralise them, call them a cunt in the courtroom, and also kicking out my barrister, giving me no leave, leaving me on the stand, refusing to remove me from the stand and walking out of the court, and not allowing me the right to choose my own lawyer that I know that I'll be able to keep, who is going to expose and deal with the crimes that were before that court. I want a magistrate who will follow section summary of chapter 15, which is to deal with criminal cases or criminal matters that are brought before the court. And when there is persons who fabricate and make lies, and lawyers sit there and make these cases extend for a very long time, and it's harming a child. And when my daughter, I had to listen to my daughter crying 544 kilometres, and seeing my daughter then being slapped into a contact centre because I refused to surrender the recordings. Something's wrong, Your Honour. And the thing is and you saying you haven't got jurisdiction, Your Honour, that means that everyone who ever subpoenas anything to this court, if you say that you don't have jurisdiction to actually receive subpoenas.
I'm going to give the other side an opportunity, because at this time I'm still not clear what you're wanting. So have a seat, and I'll give the other parties an opportunity to make any submissions about this case. So have a seat for a moment, please, Mr. Thank you.
On behalf of DMAC Court.
That's incorrect, Your Honour, and also Ausscripts.
I suggest give Mr. Hanson an opportunity to be heard, to make all the objections.
Yes, Your Honour.
Right.
Summonses they subpoenised to witnesses.
Oh, I see, so it's the complaint and summons that you're referring to now.
The complaint and summons is there's two of those, and then there's separate summonses to witnesses that have been produced. We didn't see a court seal on any of them, and we didn't know whether they'd made the file.
There are two, they have been filed.
Thank you. So we'll apply, strike those down. We'd ask that the production be dispensed with in the interim. Essentially, Your Honour, if the proceedings are struck out, the summonses have no valid basis, unless the substance is necessary for the termination of the obligations.
So today, I understand that so you're flagging that in due course, if the matter were to proceed, you'd bring an application for the proceedings to be struck out.
All I'm after from this court really is for the recordings